Merry Christmas Eve, everybody! Woo! I'm done with work. 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. That was fun, and I know, there's people that have to get up way earlier than that. They have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to go to work, but to be fair, that was very early for me, and to be also fair, the sun was not up when I woke up this morning. That's strange, but we're done. I don't have work the rest of the week, so we're alright. Now, let's get to this. The reason I couldn't talk about this last night, I had to go to bed, like, extremely early. Dragon Ball Super episode 121, and, I'm pumped for this. I really am, and I'm also kind of disappointed I didn't get to talk about it last week, because last week actually had one of the most, intense cliffhangers for me. Like, a cliffhanger that I did not see coming, and something that really, it did what it was supposed to do. It really got me hanging for the next episode. I thought Universe 3, man, I thought that was just gonna be it. I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, okay, all the 3 robots, they merged together. I figured they were gonna do that. They kind of already resembled, you know, like, oh, this one's gonna be the legs, this one's gonna be the torso, and the one with the arms, you know, and stuff. And I was like, okay, they're gonna merge. Then Gohan does his Kamehameha crap, everyone pulls together and knocks it away, and I thought, okay, hip hip cheerio, it's over. And then Paparoni's on the ground at the end of the last episode, and I thought, oh man, this is gonna be a funny scene where Vegeta just walks over and just like grabs him by the coattails and just chucks him off the side. But no, it was this really weird scene where like Vegeta's like, you're gonna have to leave now, or we're gonna have to force you, or maybe it was Goku that said it, and then all of a sudden the music cues up like really ominous shit, and then it's like the Coachinator appears behind Paparoni, and he's just like, I didn't want to have to use this. I'm like, oh, I love that trope. I mean, it's used so freaking much, but I love that I didn't want to have to use this trope. Because you know, some serious shit's gonna go down. And that serious shit is in the form of a giant, kind of Frieza, kind of Janemba, kind of Haruta Guard, kind of Hachiok looking thing by the name of Aniraza. And originally when I looked at his name, Aniraza, I thought it was like a variation of Analyze, because he's like this really advanced, like, biological cyborg. Like, he's Coachinator, he's the 3 robots, and just, you know, combined with Paparoni. So the way I took it, it's that those 3 robots were just the mechanical side of it, but now you're adding human intelligence and biological capabilities to it, which you might say that makes it weaker, but it's anime, so it makes it stronger, like, no duh. Although I was really disappointed in it, but also no, the naming thing, it's not Analyze, it's freaking, it's lasagna. Aniraza, lasagna. That's what it means, freaking Italian, right? But anyway, yeah, I was really honestly disappointed by this thing overall. Its original appearance, when they all fuse together and it comes out and it's like, I'm gonna wreck your shit, and everyone's freaking out. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be cool. There's nothing to this thing. I would have at least thought that Paparoni, being this mad scientist kind of dude, would have at least added some intelligence to this thing, but no, it really does come off like Hachiok from that freaking weird OVA thing that was also a video game at one point. You know, just this, you know, really strong guy, like, I'm gonna wreck shit. Kind of like Kid Buu, but not with as much of appeal. Come on, Kid Buu, you know, he was that big, like, I am the embodiment of pure destruction. Didn't speak, just went around blowing stuff up. But it's fun when Kid Buu does it, when, you know, you have, like, any other movie villain or anything does it. And Haruta Garn was the same thing. Haruta Garn was the villain from the movie Wrath of the Dragon, which I love Wrath of the Dragon. That was a really good movie. But, you know, it just comes off as just like, I'm a really big, giant guy that's really strong, and I'm gonna punch you very hard. And that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, he has some cool abilities, but he doesn't speak. He doesn't really show any level of Paparoni's intelligence. He's got these dongly things on the edge of his antennae, the green things, and they can basically work as like ultrasound, like echolocation, so he knows where like all the opponents are. And he's got that big red thing on like the obvious, you know, fuck you spot on the top of his head, where it's like, oh, I wonder if we should hit that. You know, that's up there, and that's like its energy reactor, and it can shoot like death beams out of that. So it's like, yeah, it's got some cool tricks, and all of Universe 7 has to kind of pool their might together to fight this thing. But because it doesn't speak, because it really doesn't have much of personality at all, the episode itself really doesn't really come down to anything impressive to me. You know, it really didn't deliver on what the cliffhanger did last week, because it basically just comes down like, we gotta kill it, and then like shoot, well, not kill it, but, you know, we gotta, you know, keep blasting it. And so you don't really get any banter back and forth. You really got nothing going on. It's just one long out fight. Well, everyone on the sidelines is just like, oh, we're all gonna lose. And then Universe 3 is like, we can't lose. So, you know, whatever. We still get some good moments. There was a good moment there where Goku rescues 18, where Erasure picks up 18's about to swallow her, because he figures, you know, well, I guess he does have intelligence to the sense that he can't kill them, because that's against the rules. He can't knock them out, because even if he knocks them out, there's like, you know, 5-on-1 here, or I guess 5-on-4, depending on how you want to stack the fusions. And you know, even if he knocks them out, they'll protect each other. So the easiest solution, I guess, is just to swallow them. And I guess, you know, we don't really know what'll happen if they get swallowed, but I'm assuming it's like traps them inside without killing them or something. And so he's about to swallow 18, Super Saiyan God Goku, not Blue, just Super Saiyan God. He stays God most of this episode, which is good. I'm always like to see the God form. You know, I like how I just kind of like the fact they threw it in there. It's like, we could make him blue, yeah, but let's make him red. And I think it was more for diversity, because you have one scene where you have all the members of Team Universe 7 pulling their energy together to fight this thing, and they all have like different, like Frieza's, you know, gold, obviously, 17 and Gohan are like the white aura coming off of them, and then you have the blue aura off of Goku. This is near the end of the episode when they all go together, but for the most of the episode, Goku's just straight regular God. But, yeah, so Goku saves 18, that's pretty cool, but 18 still ends up getting knocked off, and she gets knocked off while sacrificing herself, basically, where, Erasure charges up his death beam, shoots it at 17, and I gotta hand it to him, that omnidirectional shield thing, they stress test the hell out of that thing in this episode, and it works. It works. We find out that there's limits to it. It doesn't actually break, though, which I'm happy about, because that omnidirectional thing that 17 can create, it's always been established so far that we've seen, that thing is like unbreachable. Like, it cannot be broken. It blocked the Hell Zone grenade, every attack in the Tournament to Power so far it was able to block. It can't be blocked, but, you know, 17 can still be, you know, forced back. You know, so he's throwing up the energy shield, and the death ball is coming at him, and he's blocking it, but he's being pushed back at the same time, and eventually he doesn't get destroyed, but all the ground around him at the edge of the arena just gets obliterated by this death ball, and he begins to fall. 18 jumps in, grabs him, kicks him back up, and has a line basically like, you know, this is that human thing that I've become in the last few years, you know, because of her relationship with Krillin, that she's a mother now and everything. So 18 has a very tearful moment, a lot more tearful than Piccolo. They at least cue up the sad music for her when they fall. I mean, come on now. I think everybody in Team Universe 7 that gets at least the sad music. I don't think TN got it, but but 18, man, she at least she went out doing something relevant, as opposed to Piccolo, who was just kind of like, you know, snowballed at the last minute there. It was like, what? Oh, anyway. So 18's out now. I honestly thought both of the androids were going to get knocked off in this episode. I thought, considering it's Universe 3, all based around robotics, I thought that 17 and 18 were gonna fall, and then it was going to be Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, and Frieza facing off against the Pride Troopers. Now, of course, that's still 4-on-3, but, you know, I figure you need to at least throw in 2 people for Jiren, at least at first. Goku and Vegeta could go at Jiren first, then you could have Gohan fight Dispo, and you get a Frieza fight Topo or whatever. Maybe later Gohan could get knocked off, or Vegeta could get knocked off, but I think that would be fine. But no. At the end of this episode, we got 5. We got 5 Universe 7 members versus the 3 Universe 11 members. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So the way they take out Erasure is, with a beam struggle. Although, to be fair, it's a pretty sick beam struggle. It's like Captain Planet, Power Rangers kind of beam struggle, where they all have the different colors. And the MVP in this episode, I'm definitely going to give that. It's a close second for Frieza, because Frieza gets involved in this too, but I gotta give the MVP award to 17. because after 18 sacrifices herself, he kind of gets a fire lit under his robotic ass, and so he charges up his Omni Shield and just charges right through this death ball, and he's like, and I'm sitting there like, oh, is it gonna break? I was waiting for that shield to like crack and shatter, but no. He breaks through the death ball, turns off the shield, and just slams right into Aniraza's like forehead, the obvious fuck you spot, the big red orb there, and that shatters his energy reactor, and then it just all culminates to a big beam struggle, which eventually results in him getting eliminated, getting him knocked off the platform. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, what you got to learn about 17's shield is the shield is just indestructible. However, even though they have infinite ki because of their generators, there's a limited output per moment. Like, he can't output, like, a tremendous amount of ki at one moment, at one point in time. It's just that he'll recharge over time, okay? But he still has to be careful on how much he uses at one given time on his power output, because he did look like he was struggling quite a bit maintaining that thing. But it didn't break! So yeah, that's something I'm happy with. Hashtag it didn't break. So yeah, at the end though, we have two cool moments. First, we have the Erasure of Universe 3, and the reveal, the big reveal that Moscow, the God of Destruction from Universe 3, the robotic dude, that is in fact just a robotic shell. And I remember somebody telling me that, no, Matt, it's not an actual robot God of Destruction, it's just like an Iron Man suit. And I'm like, well, we've already seen how life develops, or we've seen all the robotic life in Universe 3, so why not? But no, it turns out, no, it's in fact just a robot. And this is the true God of Destruction of Universe 3. Say hello to Mule. You get it, Moscow Mule. It's a drink. Yeah, okay, there you go. And, you know, he comes out at the very last second, really, right as they're being erased, and he just looks over to the Angel of Universe 3, I think, Champina, or whatever his name was, and he's just like, thanks for the support, partner, bye, and then he gives the thumbs up, and he's, and then the Angel's just like, he came out at the end of the day, why was I freaking speaking for him this entire time? You know? So, yeah, that was an interesting thing. I didn't expect that, but hey, right as he, you know, is erased, we get his reveal. So, okay, cool. And then, of course, we get the final scene. The thing that we're all waiting for, kids. And we even had a dramatic sting like, dun 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 dun. The remaining time is 9 minutes. Goku versus Jiren. And Jiren even drops some shade in this episode. Yeah, after the whole event, after they blast Aniraza off the arena, they're all kind of like congratulating each other. Like, hey, good job. Hey, Frieza, thanks for the save. Earlier in the episode, Goku was about to get knocked off, and then Frieza just shows up and kicks him in the freaking stomach back into the arena. So that was a cool moment. But there's like, oh, thanks, everybody, you know, whatever. And Frieza's just like, I just happened to be there. And then you look over at Jiren, and the mood just immediately changes. And Jiren looks over, and he's like, so, how did it feel? The last victory you will ever have. You know, so it's like, Now, the thing is, though, that's funny, and it doesn't really matter because it's an anime, but there are 9 minutes left in the Tournament of Power. Now, 9 minutes can translate to 15 episodes, okay? Like, we're gonna start getting into seconds now. Like, at the end of next episode, it's gonna be like, there are 8 minutes and 27 seconds left in the Tournament of Power. But it's just funny that it's like 9 minutes left to take out Jiren. Imagine that in real time. Okay. You know, Jiren is not a freaking speed dating kind of guy. Jiren is the kind of guy you gotta wine and dine. You gotta take that guy out. You gotta get him lobster and some freaking, you know, Dom Perignon. You know, you gotta really fine and dine Jiren, okay, for a nice night out on the town. I don't know, Goku, are you up to that task? Well, it doesn't seem like he's really all that up to the task in the previews, because the previews see Vegeta jumping in. The previews are just like, you know what? Screw your freaking Ultra Instinct crap, Kakarot, I'm taking him on. So he just charges. We get a cool scene where he's like, you know, kicking Jiren right in the freaking torso, and he's like, oh! So that's gonna be cool. I don't think Vegeta's gonna, if he does, I don't think he's gonna go Ultra Instinct in the next episode, if he is going to. At least it wasn't shown in the preview. In the preview, he was all Super Saiyan and he was blue. And I was looking through the previews, like, there's any moment where you see him, like, maybe his eyes start to glimmer, and no. Maybe Ultra Instinct will take a different form with Vegeta. Maybe it might not be the same as Goku's. You know, who knows, you know, really. I mean, just to keep it diverse. But it's time for the final battle. We all knew this was coming now. We don't have to mess around with all the other random peeps. We can basically break this down now and it'll be like, okay, Goku and Vegeta definitely have a beef with Jiren. They're going for Jiren. You know, they might team up at first. Vegeta might get knocked off. It's definitely going to be Goku that has to defeat Jiren. You know, plot armor, all that nonsense. Hero versus villain. Jiren's not really a villain so much as just an antagonist, but it's got to be that. So, with that being said, what do you feel about Toppo and Dispo? If I was going to guess, I would say Dispo is definitely going to get knocked off first from Universe 11. And if I was going to say about Universe 7, I'd say 17 is definitely going to be the next one to get knocked off. And, you know, and then after that, I don't know. I can see... actually, you know what? I can see going... If we're going to whittle this down to straight up Goku versus Jiren, which that might not be how it is. It's not like it's going to have to be a one-on-one fight. Nobody else left in the arena. But if that's what we're going with, I'm going to say 17, then Gohan, then Vegeta, then Frieza, then Goku. The reason I'm putting Frieza ahead of Vegeta is because, well, you know, we haven't really got to see Frieza. Come on, Frieza this entire tournament. I mean, he's done stuff. It's not like he hasn't done anything. He had his moment with Kaba. He had his moment with Frost. He's had moments. But for the vast majority of this tournament, Frieza's just been in the background like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So screw it. I want to see some action with Frieza now. And we got that in this episode. We got some pretty cool scenes with him. Let me see if I can cue this up here. It's right here. We had the scene where after Frieza saves Goku's ass, Aniraza starts to charge, and you have this scene with Goku and Frieza getting ready to take down an enemy together. And it's actually something you don't get to see every day. I actually enjoyed that scene there. So... that's what I mean. I mean, Frieza and some Goku action. Get that going on there. You know, I think Frieza could take on Toppo. I think that would be a good team up for him. Golden Frieza versus Toppo. But yeah, next episode, Vegeta episode. Are you pumped? I'm pumped. Let me know what you think below on how the 11 versus 7 matchups are going to go, who's going to be erased next, and all that good stuff. And if it's really going to be, like, right down to only 2 people in the arena, Goku versus Jiren. So what do you think about that? Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Dragon Ball Super Episode 121 review. Have a very Merry Christmas. I do plan on getting another video out tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is going to be a lot of fun, but if by something happens, I can't get it out by tonight, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Later, everybody.